the reason I want to get with you in particular is because honestly, now that all that has happened, especially with like MJ leaving and stuff, it definitely
Mhm.
feels like the game is starting to reach the point where things are probably going to get a little crazy. I don't
Finally.
know if it's going to be this cycle or like the next, because I could see this
It
being like a
depends on who
crow vow.
wins,
Yeah, for sure. But
because this HOH is kind of anyone. I just looking at everyone's ages and stuff, I think I was probably most likely to win this HOH
hey
because
now,
pop music from the 2015 and 16 is, like, literally my niche. However, I want no part of that HOH. What? It's ridiculous.
this is an awful comp for me. I wasn't even throwing, and I just sucked. I can't say too much, but like I could only get the ones that were obvious.
Yeah, I did the obvious ones and I stopped. I was like, "I'm not." I put 3 songs and I was like, "Yeah, we're done here. I'm not."
And even then, I feel like I just didn't know some of the songs, so I feel like there were probably some I definitely could have gotten but didn't.
'Cause I'm realizing now they're probably just gonna say the score, so I can just lie and say that I got things wrong or something. I don't care.
Well, I'm assuming a lot of people know that you're throwing now, since
Yeah,
you told I think you told
I've
MLM, right?
probably I think I've told everybody except Crow and Val,
Yeah, so
which sounds about right.
nobody's gonna get on you for that for
I
sure.
just don't need Crow and Val to be like, "Why is Shinx throwing?" 'Cause they're not plugged in, I guess. Like, Crow is
Respectfully,
like even Crow was like, "I think you'd be good at this." I'm like, "I think I would too." In my head, so the Crow is like, I don't know. This is a little tough, and I'm gonna go up there and get X single digit number of points. It's gonna be hilarious."
not to be mean, but they're non-factors, so I don't think that matters unless they win.
Yeah, and that's the only thing is that I think I don't know if Crow's gonna win, but Val
I don't
might stand a
know.
chance. I'm not sure because this is like kind of random. Like, well, the last HOH was actually random, but this one's like kind of anyone's game, and I'm not like I
Mhm.
don't know how old Val is, but she might be around the same age range for this.
Aiden
I'm
was
not
actually,
sure.
pretty confident, I think, in
Okay,
his
Aiden
role.
winning would be funny, but I don't know if he wants to take the brunt of friendly
Well,
fire on the physical team. He can do that. I don't care.
I'm pretty sure we were talking earlier, I'm pretty sure that's what he's scared of because he feels bad for, like, putting up 2 physicals, possibly.
Well, he should have thrown.
I'm guessing he was saying that he did this before MJ left, so I think that's why.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. But even still, he would have had
Mhm.
to nom one of them.
Which honestly, I mean, that point, MJ's 100% gone and everyone knows it, so, in all
Yeah,
fairness, that's the best kind of pawn to ask for.
true,
But,
but
I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I'm, like, thinking a little bit ahead, and I'm kinda like I feel like at this point, it's like I have, like, a small read on what everyone's trying to do, but at the same time, it's like everything went so fast that I feel like I missed some stuff that I don't really know. Because
yeah,
like, just to do a brief thing, Crow and Val are non-factors in the game. They're obviously the
I
2
would.
easiest to get out right now.
Yeah, I would agree. Unfortunately,
Sammy is kinda in the midzone. I don't think anyone's trying to overly save her or anything, but at the same time, she does have that drama, so she's kind of like the scary factor for me right now because of that.
yeah,
And if we had to go for an easy vote at some point, that's who it would be, if not Crow or Val.
probably.
And then after that, it's just like a whole bunch of interconnectedness. I think everybody else, maybe Michael not so much, but everybody else other than that is really connected, probably has a lot going on, if I
I
had
don't
to
know if
guess.
Michael told you yet, but he's trying to like
He
thing
did.
with us and Miranda.
I was
Yeah,
definitely gonna
so
mention that.
not the Yikers for future reference.
Mhm. I think because I mean, with that alliance thing, we have an alliance with everybody at that point.
Yeah,
So, oof. I don't know. I mean, the game still has a lot to go, so I don't really know, like, who's the worry right now, because if I had to say someone, in all full honesty, I would have to say Ryan's probably the scariest for me.
yeah. I need him to get off. First of all, I'm not letting anybody win twice. to begin. I've
Mhm.
I've seen enough repeat wins with Nucleo. I don't need this. I'm so sorry. Even
I'm
if he
glad this
wasn't a winner, he is a champion or like he's a vet already. So I'm like, you can you
Mhm.
had your chance.
Yeah.
You can stay for like half the season, but you're not going to the end. I fear.
Yeah, and who makes me worried because I know he can do well at that, yes, so that's a little bit on the meta side, but also he's just kind
It's
of, like,
not
in a
meta
good
if it comes. I
position.
don't think it's meta if it comes from the same series. And if they
That's true.
came in and he was like, "Hey, people who are good at challenges, this is your captain who has a record tied for being good at challenges, and he's
Mhm.
also the only winner." Like,
Yeah. I think it's, like I see him, and I honestly think I don't think he's the most social by any means, but I think that he's the best position because he's been able to just kind of let all that craziness happen last cycle.
yeah,
And he 100% is gonna ride that if he can. He's just
yeah,
I
he
know
isn't
he
in
can do
any of
well,
the maps.
like, completely. And Michael and I would say Michael and Ryan among the actors were not impacted the most, but of the 2, Ryan's more, like, connected than Michael is.
Yeah, and Ryan's also throwing this because he also doesn't want to nom-crow and Val. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But I'm like, you, Mr. Comp Beast Captain, need to
Mhm.
start carrying your own weight, especially because
Mhm.
I can't protect you forever,
I
nor do I
think
want to.
yes. I think what's happening is I think he knows that there is, like, that tiny target on his back. Not really even tiny. I think everyone's kind of aware that he can be
Yeah.
scary for that reason. So I think he's probably throwing a lot and just trying to downplay as much as possible before
Yeah,
he,
literally,
like
I don't know if during the first week, I was not supposed to be the HOH. It was supposed to be Crow, but then he submitted his list too early because we didn't have Livy's thing yet. But he was like, "I have to
mhm,
go to work, so I'm just gonna send it." And I was like, "I don't know why you're doing that. If we can just get Livy's and win, but whatever." So he submits it. Then we get Livy's. He's not here. And I'm like, "All right, guys, who's gonna do it?" And Val is like, "Oh, I already submitted." I'm like, when the fuck did you submit your list? You didn't tell us this.
girl.
So then it's me, Aiden, or Ryan left, and I was like, "Okay, I did not want to situation." I'm like, "Hey, so who's gonna?" And Ryan's like, "You are," and I was like.
Uh,
And Aiden wasn't online, so I was like, okay, I could put up a fight, or I could just suck it up and be the first HOH and
mhm.
find some inactives to take out. And I was like, I'll just fucking not be
And it
inactive, I
turned
guess.
out being very easy for you,
Yeah,
which was good. I mean, honestly,
yeah,
every bit of pre-jury has been easy because people are just killing themselves basically.
yeah,
Like it's crazy how much that's happened. Um, terrible pre-jury. I could go on a rant about that. It's so bad. I mean,
yeah.
Livy brought some spice
Zareen,
to it, but like,
Zareen didn't show up. Brandy was, I fear, quite clueless. Unfortunately,
oh,
Malik was robbed.
mm-hmm.
Livy was wanted to leave, and then MJ wanted to leave, and
And
now
then
someone
MJ
else
literally left.
may or may not be getting robbed, depending on how this situation goes.
Malik is definitely like 100% the most robbed so far out of
Yeah.
pre-jury. Um, I don't know. So I think like with that, I have like some short-term loyalty to Ryan, but long-term, I don't know. Like 1 or 2 cycles. I'm not talking very long. Because
Yeah,
eventually, once like Crow or Val are out, even just one of them out, it's probably going to turn into like feed everyone to the wolves because it's Sturry.
yeah, I think because at that point, with one gone, even if you want to nom the other, you have to nom someone else. So it's like, okay, if you're gonna piss off another person, you might as well like make it a big swing.
Mm-hmm. And it could be a Sammy situation, so that's why I say like maybe 2 because Sammy
Yeah,
and whoever survives could maybe go up depending. But either way,
yeah. If Mira ever fucking wins a goddamn competition
don't
and
tell
stops
Joe
getting
that was a
second,
good one. She
I
will
will give
never
her
win.
flowers. She was very close on a Bull Night
She
one, but
was. I didn't know Sammy was going that hard.
I knew she was doing it. I didn't know she was doing like I was literally like not doing that. Like I would like look, see a question, look at the time. It's been 20 minutes already, and I'll put a meme answer in my DR anyways.
I didn't put a single thing for any question. I was just over it. I did
I was
not.
just like, because I was making the web or the escape room or so I don't remember what fucking
Mm-hmm.
comp. I was making a comp, so I like didn't care.
Yeah, and I knew I had the concert the next day, so I was like, well, if I win, I'm not gonna have anything to talk about. Like, I'm not gonna be around for talking about nominations.
Yeah.
So, and I, from experience, know how bad that is.
Yes. Don't do that again.
Recent. But
For the love of Christ.
is there? I mean, Michael, I think we both have a good read on his deal. I think he's gonna start spiraling soon, so I'm a little scared about that because I
Yeah, I
think
don't like. I was. I. Yeah. Go ahead.
he thinks he needs like a power here, or like I'm just like it's pre-jury. There wasn't really anything happening, so I'm not so worried about like getting power. It's more about like just flourishing the connections that are gonna matter, and you
Yeah.
should know by now who that is.
Yeah. This season's been very tricky. I cannot believe I've been on this fucking dean's list 4 out of 4 times and have received 0 powers. And then I do a
Okay.
blind competition, and all I get is the fucking $25 Amazon gift card that I don't even know what to use on.
Shut up. I wish I had money. Why are the rich complaining? Ugh.
Because I didn't want rich, I wanted
Well,
power.
now actually, I really wish I did get the money. The
Yeah,
fucking
dude,
twist was
read that
so
fine print.
bad.
I can't believe you did that.
Well, it didn't say in the fine print. What did it say again?
I
On
would
the
have at
card?
least I would have asked the question of like, "Hey, so what does this mean
Uh,
for like
uh,
have-nots or whatever?" Or like the dean's list, and they would have
and I did.
probably
I asked a
answered.
lot of questions.
Clearly
I've
not
asked
that
so many.
one.
Clearly, it said, I mean, I think I can read this out. It's not the card. If activated,
Yeah,
you may not be assigned a have-not role for the remainder of the season. You must also name one have-not every cycle until the have-not room is closed for the season. If no have-not choice is made, you will voluntarily serve as the have-not. Nothing about the dean's list being blocked. And then I'm thinking in my head, okay, what does that mean for like the dean's list, right? Or like at least the GPA. And I see on the GPA thing it says avoid being a have not. So in my head, I just think the whole purpose of it is to like -3 somebody. I'm
yeah.
like, that's it. And then my surprise when I see I blocked myself from the dean's list, and I've also told everybody in the house that I have a power that can block someone from the dean's list now. Jesus Christ. Like, what did I. What,
Yeah, I enjoyed cleaning. Y'all still have a few more to go.
and then what else did I say? I've been cleaning, Val's not here for some reason.
Of course,
Wait,
she's
actually,
not.
let me go ahead and do that. Oh, is that a
Daily
question?
question.
What is it?
Math.
Melody. How many apples?
I want
Oh, where is it? Okay, clicked on the jury thing. Anyways,
almost failed basic math.
what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was going off about this stupid twist. I asked questions. I asked like, "Hey, is this public or private?" And I guess there was another miscommunication because I thought that when somebody got hit with the twist, they were notified in their private DR that it was a twist.
Yeah.
No, it's the whole damn. So that
Yeah,
was
that's
another
weird because like
blow.
the immunity that Sammy gave me was never announced until Jordan tried to nominate me. So I'm like, what? Well,
Yeah.
like not try to
So
nominate, but like try to do the ceremony. It was like you've been informed on your D. I was waiting for the announcement that like Shinx is immune. Then it never happened. Like I guess Sammy didn't do it to me after all. And then Jordan's like, I've been informed that Shinx is. I'm like, okay, what are they doing? Like, how
I
does this work?
I I don't know. It's just annoying, and I hope people. I mean, I've had to tell everybody like, oh, I fucked up basically.
Yeah.
Because I did. I'm hoping the Dean's List just ends soon so I don't have to worry about it. Because I think it will by jury. Like, that's what I'm guessing.
Um, Probably.
One can
I
hope.
don't. I think they'll stop giving out powers, but they might keep doing the dances to do it. I'm not sure because they're not
I
gonna like
mean,
they
and then
want.
if.
I think they're doing this to like incentivize like participation in the DR, like
Yeah.
with
And I don't.
social like the voice notes and everything.
Yeah, and I don't mind just randomizing it, like, for that, because then it doesn't actually matter. But
Yeah,
now I can't do that because I'm actually physically blocking somebody from getting a power.
yeah,
So basically, I'm going to be sweeping a lot.
Yes,
Um,
which is really fucking funny, by the way.
shut up. I'm in
I went to
trauma
my
mode.
DR, I pinged Swan, I was like, "Look at this fucking idiot, look what he
Shut
did."
up. Shut up. Now you're gonna make me go to Swan and DMs. Like, Shinx is a bitch.
I did that as soon as you did. I literally went to my like, I pinged him, I was like, "Swan, you will not believe what your clown just did."
Hope I get on funny moments for that, because it's the
You
only way I'm
probably
gonna be
will.
happy about that.
I'm almost
Oh my
positive.
god. Anyways, yeah, people. Before I got sidetracked by that whole situation, who else is there? There's Mira, Aiden, and Jordan. I think, like,
Oh
between
my god, our
them.
power alliance that didn't exist for like a day.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. The whole VC situation was nuts. And then there's the pedo thing too. Did you hear about that? I did tell you about that,
Yeah,
didn't I?
yeah, it's like someone's following, blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, what?
They were stalking me, Shinx. I
This is
was being
absurd.
stalked. Anyways, between
Like
them,
that's deranged behavior.
it really is. I mean, MJ was telling me that they were spiraling, and then we were talking in the 1-1s. I think I told this to the Alliance that they were talking about like Viper. If not, I was like somewhere. I think I told it in like MLM, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But they were talking about Viper, and I was so confused because I was like, okay, what are they trying to get at? That I hosted Livy? That I hosted Shanks? Like, what is the deal here? The
Yeah,
worst.
Livy was like, I know you're good at comps. When you saw what she said in fucking house chat, like, I played with one of you. I've played with undisclosed number of people, and I know for a fact that one of you is really good at comps. I was like, she talking about
Please.
me. Then I click into our channel, and she's like, I know I said I was going to throw under the bus, but I know your ass is good at comps. I was like, okay, first of all, technically, Swan won more than I did. And honestly, I didn't even like. I looking back, I didn't act like I won. I didn't win like every single thing, and there was a lot of weeks where Swan and I didn't win anything, and we had to like do everything to not get voted out. Like, or in the like literally five, she I had to make her evict Ryan, not me. Then I had to make her evict Swan, not me. So I was like, girl, I literally like hell, you dragged my ass to final two twice. Like, what are you talking about?
hmm
I wasn't that good. Even if I was, I don't have the clutch factor sometimes.
Yeah. I think between like three people we haven't talked about, I think Mira is kind of like in a position where she's social and I think she's around a lot, but
Yeah,
I think she's also kind of like a little bit of a firecracker, if I had to guess, from the way that she was
definitely,
like responding to things. So I think that's probably going to get her in trouble later, if I had to guess.
definitely.
And the other thing I was thinking about Mira too, Michael was telling me that apparently, who was it that said it? I think it was maybe MJ, was saying that me and you were pushing hard against not getting rid of Mira. Or
I
like
literally
basically
didn't
trying to get.
even. I didn't
I
even do that.
know.
I didn't talk to them. I literally asked MG, "Do you want to talk about the vote?" And she didn't respond. I was like, "Okay, cool.
I was
Fuck
literally
me, I
just
guess."
like telling people I'm going with the majority because both were good for me, and that was like somewhat true. Because I was kind of like in the position where I was the only social voting. I mean, Livy was there too, but was she?
Yeah,
Um, but I was just like, that's all I really said. So I don't know why I was pushing or controlling the vote there. That's a crazy breed. Um,
yeah. I don't know.
but the reason I brought that up is because I think that it's possible in the future me and her might get pegged together because we are the only two like social, so it's an easy connection to make.
Yeah, probably.
So I do worry about that a little bit. Which, speaking of connections, I think if I had to guess, Aiden and Jordan are probably pretty close, to be
I
honest.
would think so.
Because just the way they joke and they're so like,
Yeah, I would not be out here calling somebody fat if they weren't like in my top every single fucking day. By the way,
yeah.
unless they were in my. Okay, that's a lie. I called Ryan fat. He's not on my top two, but still.
You told me that too.
No, because he was like, he has to clean or something. And he was like, "Yeah, but I'm lazy." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I've never seen you pick up a dish unless you were eating food off of it or something."
People are influencing you.
And I was like, I've been around Aiden and Jordan way too much. Like this is getting bad. But that was funny though. I'm proud of myself for that one.
You've been getting people recently. You got
It's
Mira
not
earlier
hard.
today. It's really not. We make it easy.
She can't threaten to backdoor me until she wins something. Like I'm not threatened by Miranda, I fear.
Exactly.
Miranda, if you listen to this,
He
take it
means it.
personally. You don't
Yeah.
scare me.
Like, seriously. Who are we kidding? We can say anything we want. She will have nothing to do about it. Blah.
Yeah, I fear that I'm gonna have to carry MLM on my back,
A
and I
little
don't want
bit.
to.
I would not doubt that.
I'm not winning anything until Final Seven. And I just
I
want to know
mean,
that.
I might be able to win some things. It just depends on what the competition is.
Unless
Like
I
that
feel
one.
impending doom, like I only went for I only went for this last veto because it was really simple, and I was like, anybody could win this. Like you need to know how to read and how to type. That's all you need for this. So I was like, if I throw, Livy could win, and Livy
Yeah.
has not just threatened me like 3 times over. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, yeah, I can't afford Livy to stay. And then Ryan's
Yeah.
like, how'd you do that so fast? I was like, okay, here's what I did. So when I was a child, I learned how to read. When I was when I was a slightly older child, I learned how to type, and
Mm-hmm.
I just combined both of those skills that I was raised with as a human being in the 21st century, and that's just I don't even have a good reaction time. I do not have hand-eye coordination. I don't. So I was just
Right.
like, I did not think that it was. I don't know if everyone else was throwing or if they just like made mistakes or what. But I literally I traced it with my finger. Like there was one like S one. I literally just
Mhm.
traced it with my finger to see how many S's there were, and I'm like, okay, there's like how like 5. Okay, cool. Like
Yeah.
it was never
I
that
mean,
deep.
I tried my hardest too. I think my issue was I was nervous, and I think I told you that I kept pressing like the
Yeah,
side keys to them on the first one. I think I did that like
and I know
three
Jordan's
times.
gonna get pegged as another comp threat. He literally
Oh,
just picked a
100%.
number and got it right.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Like that one is not, and I was supposed to win that. That was supposed to be
yeah.
my number.
These like no shade of production. I love the competitions. They're just very simple and really not
They
even
are.
that intuitive. As opposed like coming off of relines where I make fucking essays for the rules and no one
Yeah.
reads, then I have to explain it back to them. So it's a very nice change of pace. I'm like, okay. Like I don't even feel like I'm a comp beast because like literally anyone can win anything at any fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Like this music competition
Yeah.
is geared towards anyone between the ages of 20 and 23. Like
And in all fairness, I did remember reading like before coming in here that they do warn that crapshoot competitions are going to happen. So in all
yeah,
fairness, they do warn us. I think these competitions are just very like classic. Like in
yeah.
terms of orgs, like they're very like you've seen this before. Like I've seen the song mixing
Yeah,
competition
we've done
before.
it. We've done this in Rewind because we had Amy hosting for a bit, and we were like, "Oh, like BB10, we could do like the siren thingy. We're gonna post a song of the day, and then we're gonna make it all one big fucking mess, and then we have to pick out like what 3 songs we use." And they loved it so much. They definitely weren't suffering at all.
Like I have on this one. I ate
Yes,
ass so bad, and I was not trying to throw very hard. I just could not figure it out. If it shows time, you would know.
I literally started my thing and then went back to reply to DMs. I was like, I realized the time might not be a factor, but if everyone sucks like I think they do, it could be a factor. So I need to be really slow.
I listened to that video 20 times.
I played it back exactly 4 times.
Oh my god.
I literally,
Anyway,
if I could have abstained, I would have, but I'm not like that's a cheap way to throw.
yeah. I think it's just like I just need the right competition because I can be really good if it's the right thing. Like if they pull out a map quiz, I'm praying they pull out something geography based. I would be so happy because I remember in my first org I ever played, Celestial, they had a competition and it used the exact same quiz I used to play on the bus as a kid, which is totally
Oh,
nerdy.
the maps quiz.
Mm-hmm. I
Oh
used
my
to play it
god.
every day, so I didn't even have to look at a list. I could just name every single one that in there, and I swept. And it was so good. So I just want them to do that again. Like, please, geography, guys, listen to me.
They probably will. That seems on
I
brand for
hope
this.
so.
So yeah, I
But
don't mind the crapshoots. Like Rewind, we literally have a rule of like HOH can be crapshoot, veto must be skill, and
mhm.
like slightly
Oh, that's a
social.
good
I'm like,
rule.
yeah, that's fine. And like, yeah, I agree. Like vetoes should never be a crapshoot because that's literally like your last chance,
Mhm.
life on the line, yada yada yada. And I don't think any of these vetoes have been crapshoots. They've all just been like very straightforward, which again, that's fine.
Wait, I hope we get a word association thing. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about what I'm good at.
We might get touchy. I don't know if this org does it. I feel like touchy subjects might. They should. I can't look at past
Probably.
seasons
They're probably
and
gonna
like
do
the
touchy
wiki.
subjects because they need to break something open here because it's very like
Yeah,
it's a very closed game right now.
and the
People are
wiki
holding
like
their
it
cards
has
too
comps,
close.
but it's not like the most detailed. Like
Mm-hmm.
no shade to them. I'm sure they try very hard on the wiki. I'm just like,
Their automation is really good though.
yeah.
Like I've never seen an org be able to let their bot do all of this. Like that's incredible how much they're
I
able to
just need
do.
like a list of all the comps from last season or something, or like squad
You may
seasons.
need to
Like
get
that
rewinds
didn't
in on this
exist.
automation. Like that
I
is
don't. I like doing it
I feel like it would
myself, but I'm also like becoming an
fair.
old man. Oh, they do have a list. I'm stupid.
I really just wanted to
Okay.
kind of like see if we had the same perspective on the players before it got crazy. Because
Yeah,
I won't commit into anything because I'm not trying to force you into that situation, but you're easily the person I'm most aligned with right now.
I would agree. Unfortunately,
I know, it's literally terrifying. But
if I read them my one-on-ones, Blaze is a rat flop loser. Ryan,
um
I've got his number. Aiden's fine. He's clearly trying to do what I'm doing. Probably better than I am, honestly. Crow is perched to leave next, I fear.
mhm.
Mira is trying to be social. And Sama is succeeding. Val is social-ish when it comes to game nights, but when it comes to
Mhm.
playing the game of Big Brother, not so much.
Mhm.
Jordan is also trying to do what we're doing, probably but better, but he's also beating me in competitions barely.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit more visible. I think Aiden's
MJ is
playing
gone. They haven't archived her yet.
yeah.
Sammy is fine. She just is kind of like not clicked in type of thing. And Michael is also fine, but also left in than Sammy, I think. Well,
Mhm.
slightly more than Sammy, but barely.
I think he's a little more connected than Sammy is too.
Yeah,
Um yeah, I was gonna say I'd say so far out of like everyone of like who's playing similar to the way we are, Aiden's probably doing the best at it.
probably.
To be fair. Um but yeah, my main
I'm not getting
process
beaten in org by an 18-year-old. I can't let this happen.
which
You have
one?
to you have to be okay, I meant
Which one?
Aiden. I meant Aiden, but damn, I forgot about you too.
I'm very close though. If MJ and Brandy didn't quit, I feel like I could have made it to when I was 19. Because I had to hit May 11th, and that's not gonna happen at this rate at
No
all.
shot.
Nope.
Both of the last seasons were 31 days, so that's why I was
That
like,
would have
okay,
just barely
this
been.
one might be a month. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do an org the last exactly 1 month. Like, let's fucking party.
Yeah, it was just good timing for me. I wasn't going on any trips finally, so I was just able to actually focus.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think my main yeah, I'm just repeating myself. My main purpose was
yeah.
just to make sure we're kind of on some kind of age together there. I'm just curious because, like I said, we're aligned together the most with I think almost everyone in the house at this point, except
I
maybe
think so.
Sammy, Crow, Val. Oh wait, that's something I can tell you. Something happened yesterday where Crow made an alliance between me, Aiden, and Jordan, and he was like, "Oh my god, I feel so bad for you guys. I'm so sorry you guys keep getting called out, but I like you
Oh
guys a
my
lot,
god.
so I'm making this alliance." And then he's telling me in his like 1-1, like, "Oh, I just play games to have fun." And maybe I'm just a suspicious bitch, but I don't know. I'm just suspicious.
Yeah, that's a tad strange, but I'm
But yeah,
glad Crow's having fun.
I just realized that as soon as we said that, I said that would make you or well, you have the physical alliance, so you'd be with Crow too, but
Yeah,
makes Sandy the only one we're not immediately connected to. So it's just
yeah,
that all considered one of kind of like make sure we had somewhat of the same perspective here, or at least like talk about it because why not, right? Before it gets crazy.
Yes,
Because
I think this is a good call.
I'm hoping the jury's not as bad. Alright, well, not
I'd
let me
like shit to ramp up. Like,
that's what I mean, like, not as bad as Pre-jury's been. Pre-jury's been boring. I'm hoping
yeah,
the jury gets a little bit more
like
interesting.
even if I get flung, I just like want to like actually play.
Yeah, it just feels like I don't know, it feels like people don't wanna play because Zareen wasn't even here after they got nominated.
Yeah,
Brandy quit, and that was a thing. Malik wanted to play, I wish he were still here. Then Livy and MJ both quit. It's just like,
yeah.
are you serious? And one was a returnee. I love Livy. She's very, very funny, and I love hanging out with her. I really wanted to make it work. She wasn't here.
She was
But
playing her own games.
yeah,
You know, everyone
just
wants to play games. No one wants to play the game we signed up for. That's
mhm,
what it looks like.
exactly. So it's just like I don't know, it's just kind of downer when everybody's like not really here to play what we signed up for.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm hoping jury changes though, because I mean, Crow and Val at least are trying, even if they're not very like fair game wise. But
yeah,
I feel like everyone else is like genuinely trying to play to win. So
yeah. And they're like actually like got a pulse on what's happening for the most part.
mhm. So hopefully that'll like kind of even out. Oh, I guess something
Fingers crossed.
I kind of forgot to mention that, but I feel like we already covered like what I was gonna even say about it to begin with. But the whole Michael Mira thing,
Yeah.
I mean, I am hoping
I
that
never
Michael
told her that he tried to flip on her because I was like
yeah, me
trying to
either.
save that
For
because I didn't want
now.
to throw him under the bus. Yeah,
Because I think
because knowing
honestly,
her, she'd fucking call him out for it, and if he only told us, that's
mhm.
bad. So
And Michael too is just somebody that I think is more in our corners than anybody else's.
yeah,
And that's a huge point to make here because I think what it's going to come down to is how much people are willing to fight for you. And I think Michael's one of the few that are like willing to do that. You know what I mean? So
hmm,
there is that factor and everything. But
exactly.
I think with Mira, I just hope he doesn't like spiral and try and make too many alliances because is that what got him out last season? I couldn't really like tell exactly.
I think honestly, for just look at this, I'm gonna look at his wiki page because while it's there,
Mhm. Mhm.
that you should have been a vet if you didn't want this to be
Because
out
I
here.
played with him during Celestial, and
His
that was
fucking
obviously
Zeppetos are hideous, by the way. Like this is a nightmare.
he went
I
from
don't.
Shrek at the
This is
Thanksgiving.
uncomfortable.
We
His
why is
first one
it
doesn't have eyes, and then he made them blue,
what?
and now he has like vitiligo, but still blue or something.
It looks like blood on his mouth, and I never looked that close. Like
It's
dried blood.
it's definitely vitiligo. Like that's like the pattern of that, but it's
Yeah.
all fucking blue, and I didn't even know that was an option at all,
Why is he
and
giving
it's
Christmas?
frightening.
It's almost summer.
He's just wearing the fucking I don't know. This man is a unique person. Anyways,
Okay, what
yeah,
happened to
Michael
him
returned
in
in BB10. Alliance, four of them came back. He made another alliance.
Straight Pride?
Yeah.
Oh no. No wonder he's working with you.
Oh my goodness. We technically
um,
are a sum 40 in the context of this season.
vomit.
I agree.
You promised to.
He has to be a pawn
Oh dear.
and got flipped on. Okay.
So I guess it's more like he was a little too loyal, actually.
Yeah.
I was trying to help too much.
Silly goofy. That's not very good strategic, I
But I
fear.
did notice he made a lot of alliances, it looks like, at the start, which kind of
Yeah.
adds up to what he did, like, this season. He made that six-person alliance.
Yep.
Didn't he? Like, he was the one that brought it to you, I think, right?
Yeah, he did. I would not have
And
picked MJ
I
to
would
be
not
in the
have,
alliance.
I would not have picked Val, or honestly, at that point, probably not Malik.
I
But
would have picked Val because I was like bridge with another physical person that I'm not like fully clicked. Now I Val, just never mind.
yeah. But yeah, it's just kind of like I don't know. I just hope he doesn't start when he tries to make too much happen because I don't know. He's just given the vibes where he's like feeling like he needs to do something crazy, and I just don't want him to do anything that's over the top.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's about it. Is there really anything else to say? Probably not,
I mean,
because it's still like boring right now. Like until like something actually happens, there's not going to be anything to talk about.
exactly. Like HOH is gonna be
Hmm.
exciting.
I mean, even then, if somebody like normal wins, so to speak, then it's probably going to be
Exactly.
just a normal, boring week. But at least, honestly, then everybody who deserves to make jury is making jury. Like that's the nice thing.
Yeah.
Everybody that like, except Malik, probably I'd say Malik probably deserved to make it further. But
Rest in peace,
other than
Malik.
that, we'll miss him. Is it Malik? Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Okay. Rest in peace, Malik. Sorry, I mispronounced your name in every live DR I said.
As if Malik is a black name, he's a black guy. That's an assumption of it.
um,
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm
I don't
wagering my
know.
bets that I'm
I've always
correct.
seen Malik, but I could totally be wrong.
I've seen Malik with a C in it as the last name.
Oh
Anyways,
yeah. I don't really.
let's
I always see it with a
digress.
K though.
I see like
Not
C
Malik name. I
CK.
mean Malik Orange. What? Malik name origins. PU. But I will say it is very nice that everybody that deserves to be on jury, in my
Yeah.
opinion, is going there.
Like if
I
I
mean,
get
unless something
flung,
crazy.
I think we will both survive this week, and unless they do with some crazy shit and do another
Hmm.
fan jury vote or something, we should
Yeah.
both be in jury. At that point, I'm like, okay, even if I get fucking sniped, at least I get to vote. So
I'm less worried about you because looking at all the HOHs, anybody that's relatively active, I'm not really worried about. Except
yeah,
maybe Michael, unless if he wants to do something crazy, but hopefully he doesn't. Um, I think even Val would probably be fine. I don't think like Val hates either of
I just
us.
don't know what Val would do. Like I think Val is physical strong, but I'm like, what else does she have? Like
Yeah, which is completely understandable. I don't really know where her head at in the
offbeat
game.
click is actually useless. We've lost two people.
It literally got archived before any of us asked. Like they just knew. They knew it was over.
Yeah.
um,
They probably have a rule like if it's not talked in X days, throw it in archives.
I don't
And
know
if they
what.
talk in it, pull it back up. I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
the fuck
don't.
Crow would do either.
But I think we'd both be safe because after Crow made that alliance with us, literally last cycle, it'd be weird for him to immediately betray it. And I don't see
Yeah.
him betraying you in particular because you're with um the
Yeah, he
physical
might
click
do like Mira Mental
Mira.
or something. That'd be funny. But I
I
don't
think it
know.
might be Mira actually because he was telling me that the whole fight, like he took it pretty harsh. So
Oh
Mira probably goes
yeah.
up.
And he's close with Sammy.
Yeah. Sammy and Crow are honestly probably pretty close. I haven't thought about that too much,
That's
but
random as fuck, but yeah, probably.
I mean, I know Mira is thinking it, so she's told me a couple times. Sammy, I mean, obviously goes for Mira. I think again, like that's my scariest HOH because I don't know, especially after I heard that from Michael, where apparently we were part of like the situation there. I was kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, so am I gonna be a pawn? It's just a hope not.
Yeah. She's not gonna nom Crow. I think I could maybe try to make her nom Val.
Yeah, I
But I
know
don't
she
know.
was
It's
thinking
also
it
like the
last
fucking
time.
gender wars of this season have not been pretty.
I don't
And I
know how
realize that like
serious.
I don't it's not on purpose, but I'm like by like definitely there is people who are being active and people who are not being active. And the
Hmm.
people who are active are targeting people who are not active. It just happened to shake out that the
That
people who are active
is
happen
all.
to mostly be guys, and the people
There's
who have
literally
not
only
been that
one
active
girl I'd loop in with
happen
that.
to be girls. And I'm just like,
Oh dear.
because doing my trust rankings, and it's like, okay, well, the people in the top half of the people in the bottom half. Then I'm like, oh, there's just a bunch of guys and Miranda in the top half. This is not fun. And then I was
Yeah,
looking at the, I was like, but like, really, no one like which guy deserved to be the beside Randy? Nobody. and
I
then
mean,
Malik did lose
frankly
against Miranda. Like, it's
frankly,
not it's
most
not
of the
being
time
played by gender. It's like
yeah,
I
most of the
think
time the
anyone would
nominees
agree that.
yeah, they did it to themselves, I feel like, most of the time. Like, Serene not being here, Brandy literally walked, MJ literally walked, Livy decided to pick a whole fight with the house, and
Yeah.
then was also inactive as is. Like, it was not anybody's fault, that was just, like,
It's
it
definitely just, like,
happens.
unfortunate optics, but there's, like, a genuine reason behind every decision. It's very clear that no one is playing by a gender discriminatory
Oh,
motive. I would like to hope that that's not becoming a thing out there.
right. And I would assume it's not. Alright, I'm gonna let you go, do your thing.
KK.
Have a good
Toodles.
one. Talk
You
later.
too. Bye.
Bye-bye.